the very thing it was required to be shown. I like birds more than books, the young Edward Thomas thinks, scribbling it in bad Latin on the flyleaf of an algebra book. A chaffinch chuckles. Fink, 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 it urges in a regional accent. Fringilla colebus, Edward addresses it. Shelldapper, spink, blue cap. The bird disowns its names, content with being itself and itself only. It looks as if it has just stepped out of the 15th century illuminated manuscript, The Shelburne Missal. A caterpillar skeletizing a leaf. Breakfast, methinks. The year 1895, madly in love with its own sunlight. Never such sunlight as this. The window holds the scene as if it were a living painting. The bird behind the glass, poetry in just being itself. The torture of an algebra class. Quod erat demonstrata. And now, this is called What's Wrong with This Picture? And this is the sort of things Janice has to put up with me. So I'm the tea maker, the food maker in the house now. I say, want a cup of tea, love? And she say, yeah, love, that's just as easy as that all the time. And I went to make her a cup of tea, and something went wrong. Now, what's wrong with this picture? The kettle boils for a nice cuppa. I take it, put it in the fridge. I stand there in the open door light, wondering, what's wrong with this picture? I close the door, the light goes out. I call my wife. Have you seen the kettle? Surely she would know. We search the kitchen with a fine-tooth comb. Nothing, not even a smidgen of a kettle. I go to the fridge to get some cranberry juice, and there, lo and behold, stands the kettle, no longer so hot. I can imagine the kettle hopping off its stand, skipping across the floor before opening the fridge and closing the door. But why and how would a kettle do that? As you can see, I'm losing my mind. All right, I didn't have a mind to lose. Come on, don't be so cruel. It's where lost objects go to cool off, apparently. Right, and then a poem about the making of me. It's not my mum and dad getting together in July 1956. It's meanwhile back on the planet. God was having a hard day. He was busy making me. Hell and damnation, he spluttered his syllables. I just can't get this guy right. Mrs. God came and had a look. Oh, he's not perfect, but he'll do. And she smiled to herself, he's kind of cute. God threw me aside in annoyance, meant to get the reject bin, but overthrew, and so I tumbled into a fit for earth bin. Goes to show the big guy ain't perfect. Meanwhile, back on the planet, I just, trying to get by. And then a description to me, I thought, well, this is called Wanted. Run down human, being heartbroken, at the end of a tether. Wannabe poet, 60-something-ish, must have own mind, Irish, or at very least, able to do the accent. Be unable to tell a lie, I must have the initials DD. Yeah, it's me. Must have 7 heads. Be gob, says I, to myself, says I. The very job for me. I could do it standing on one of my heads. Apply within, it said. And so I did on a whim. The job was mine, as long as I could be all 7 of myself simultaneously. I was looking